The final and arguably most important ore in Conan Exiles is star metal, a crucial step towards making powerful gear, augment kits, religious weapons and more. Today I'll be showing you how to farm the elusive star metal. For the methods covered in this guide you will need the following requirements: access to any furnace, at minimum hardened steel tools, especially a pick, the ability to survive the frozen north, and you'll also need at least one of the following: explosive jars from the explosives knowledge unlockable at level 35, specialist ammo 3 for explosive arrows unlockable at level 49, an alchemist's bench with any alchemist's rule for demon fire orbs, or a tome of Kurak upgraded to the point of unlocking the mass cull spell. Star metal bars are made in any furnace by mixing 2 star metal ore with 1 brimstone and 1 black ice. I've already covered both black ice and brimstone in my previous metal farming guides, but I'll touch on them again briefly here. Black ice is found in the frozen north, specifically around the northwestern segment of the biome. On Siptar it's evenly distributed around the map, with larger spots around Ixotal in the west, the tower in the centre and the northeastern island. For brimstone, the best spot on the exiled lands is the Shattered Springs, which requires a sandstorm mask to survive the fumes. Other spots are Sinner's Refuge in G4, Galaman's Tomb in H4, Executioner's Entrance in I6, and underwater east of Flotsam. On Siptar, brimstone is outside every Elder Vault, in the centre of the map, and underwater south of the Isle of Dawn. Links to the resource maps used here are in the description. Now for the star of the show, forgive the pun, star metal ore. Unlike all others, star metal is not available all the time. Star metal falls in meteor showers at intervals in time, but without getting into the overly complex logic, it's quite randomised, but with a much higher chance to occur after a server restart. It's honestly pretty complicated, and as far as I know it ends up being quite inconsistent on official servers and sometimes quite rare on single player. On the exiled lands, star metal falls in the northwestern portion of the frozen north, and on the border of the tundra, it can land in any of these locations. On Siptar, star metal falls exclusively around the tower in any of these spots. When it comes to mining the star metal, it's a little different from the rest. Star metal meteors are a 2-step process, where you must firstly break the outer shell and then mine the inner core. Sounds like a pain, but it's honestly not too bad. You can crack the outer shell with one of 4 methods: an explosive jar, explosive trap, explosive arrow, or a demon fire orb. I would avoid the explosive trap, but any of the other methods are good. Many people seem to prefer the explosive arrows, but demon fire orbs are also okay too. Arrows are honestly likely the best option for this method, as demon fire orbs require you to farm a fair amount of volatile glands, which can be a bit fiddly, whereas arrows you will already have most if not all of the components. The alternative method of harvesting these ores is through sorcery. By using the mass cull spell, one cast will break straight through the outer shell and the core. Using mass cull costs 1 cloth pouch per cast, which can be a little expensive, but it's not that bad. This is good for saving time, but it does seem you'll end up with less star metal ore than using the traditional method, even with a hardened steel pick, so I would personally stick with explosive arrows and the best pick you have. Once you have your star metal ore, black ice and brimstone, head back home and throw them into a furnace. Star metal smelts at a 2:1:1 ratio, meaning for every bar you will need 2 star metal ore, 1 brimstone and 1 black ice. After 20 seconds cooking in the furnace, you'll get your first star metal bar. Like other metals, there is no cost reduction to high tiered furnaces, so it remains a 2:1:1 ratio forever. However, your best bet is to invest in a heat-efficient furnace to process your star metal bars as fast as possible. As mentioned earlier, star metal spawns quite inconsistently, however there are some ways around it. The biggest one is to head up to the Mounds of the Dead. The Sumerians here can drop star metal weapons, so if you farm up their relevant drops and put them in a dismantling bench, you'll get star metal bars, which makes for a nice alternative farm when the meteors are scarce. The same would be true for any other spots, either on the exiled lands or Siptar, or a modded map where enemies drop these star metal weapons. This seems to be a reasonably good alternative method of farming the bars. Additionally, if you're in single player and the meteors are taking too long, you can enter admin mode and run the following command: DC space meteor space spawn. This will immediately spawn a wave of meteors to land in the frozen north or around the tower on Siptar. Some of you may not wish to use it, it is a bit cheesy, but it's an option to bear in mind. From there, when you have your star metal bars, there are plenty of uses. The first step should be to upgrade your tools, as it will help you to farm even more star metal. After that though, you can use star metal for armour, shields, weapons, fittings, reinforcements, preserving boxes and more. Star metal is a great resource to have, and today I've taught you all you need to know about farming this substance from the heavens. Thank you for watching. Star metal can be a little difficult to work out for first timers, but it's quite a simple material really, opening the door to massive improvements in farming, damage, protection and more. I hope you found this guide helpful. Make sure to check the comments too in case others have left some extra knowledge about farming star metal. A massive thanks to our wonderful esteemed coffee cultists for continuing to support the channel over on Patreon. If you want to support the channel yourself, check out the Patreon through the link in the description or join as a member here on YouTube by clicking join just below this video. Take care, and I'll see you soon.